Welcome to our ninth session as part of our series on study in Europe. And today's session is on masters and PhDs in Spain. So very quickly, I will introduce you to Project EduAccess, the series, and to your panelists who will then take over and talk to you about some of the things that are on the slide. So why should you choose Spain? Just give you an overview about master's applications, PhD applications there. What are some of the scholarships and financial aid that available for students who want to study in Spain? What is student life like? Work opportunities, career prospects, and give you then some general tips. Very quickly, we are Project EduAccess. We believe that access to higher education, leadership, and professional opportunities is a privilege that most people from marginalized communities are systematically denied through cost, information, and dispositional barriers. And we try to improve inclusivity in these spaces by removing some of these barriers for marginalized communities in the global South. We do this by adopting four key interventions, mentoring, counseling, role modeling, information advice and guidance, capacity building and leadership skill development, and finally, evidence-based advocacy. Our Study in Europe series is part of our sort of information, our aim to make information more accessible. As you can see, we've done a number of workshops already, part of the series. We've covered an overview of master's programs in Europe, PhD programs in Europe. We've done a session on the Erasmus Mundus joint master's program, which is a very popular scholarship opportunity and program for international students who want to study in Europe. Then we've covered different countries. So we've done Italy, Germany, France, Netherlands, Switzerland, and today is our final session, which is based on a country. So we are covering Spain. We have with us two really wonderful panelists who've taken the time out on their weekend to speak to you about, studying in Europe. We have with us Saeed, who's doing a PhD in biophysics from the Institute of Chemical Research of Catalonia. And we have with us Julio, who's doing a PhD in environmental science and technology from the Institute of Environmental Sciences and Technologies, part of the Autonomous University of Barcelona. I don't know why it's not showing for us on the screen, but between the two of them, our panelists can speak English, Hindi, Malayalam, Spanish, and Portuguese. So if you are interested in asking a question in a language other than English, feel free to do so. Thank you so much to both of you for joining us today, and I'm going to hand it over to Julio now.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So why to choose Spain? Spain is an increasingly popular destination for international students, offering high quality education, a vibrant cultural experience, and affordability compared to other European countries. This is super important because the cost of living compared to, I don't know, Switzerland or Germany, it's way lower, or like Ireland or other countries. The countries boast a wide range of world-renowned universities, including the University of Barcelona, Complutense University of Madrid, and University of Granada. With many programs taught in English and a welcoming atmosphere for international students, Spain offers an excellent environment for both academic and personal growth. Can you go to the next slide? Thank you. The overview of master programs. The master programs in Spain typically last 1 to 2 years and require completion of 60 to 120 ECTS credits. This is there is an interesting division of these two, because typically the masters that are required for you to apply for a PhD are the ones that are 2 years, meaning 122 ECTS credits. In some cases, depending on the PhD application, they will not consider a master's of only 60 ECTS credits. So this is relevant if you want to later attend a PhD. These programs focus on providing advanced knowledge in specialized fields and often include a mix of coursework, practical training, and final thesis. Popular fields of study include business administration, engineering, architecture, tourism management, and renewable energy. Top universities offering master's programs include AE Business School, Polytechnic University of Catalonia, and Pompeu Fabra University. Spain's master's degree are highly valued for for their global relevance and alignment with modern industry needs. Can you share the next one, please? Yeah. The application process for the masters. So research available programs using university websites and platforms like Universia and masterstudies.com. Ensure eligibility, including holding a bachelor's degree in a related field and meeting language proficiency requirements, English or Spanish, depending on the program. And in some cases, depending if you're in Catalonia, might be necessary in some cases because some of the classes are taught in Catalan. There are options in English and Spanish as well. The required documents are academic transcripts, motivation letters, CVs, recommendation letters, proof of language proficiency. Applications are submitted through individual university portals, and the deadlines vary but often fall between February, June for autumn intake. Can you share the next one, please? Yeah. Now I'm gonna give the floor to my colleague.
Hi everyone. So now we can move to the how to know how PhD programs work in Spain. So Spain, typically Spain, the PhD program in Spain lasts minimum of 3 years, and it can be extendable up to 2 more years. That is 5 years, and it depends upon your contract and this also the universities rules in how many years it can be extendable. And after 3 years you can be change your registration from there's option also changing the registration from full-time to the part-time as well. Also in PhD in Spain is considered as a job. So if you're accepting scholarships, or it can be considered as a taxes, it can be considered as a salary, and you will be paid. You will be you will be paying taxes for your salaries as well, and also you will be considered as a full-time employee by different institutes or universities as well. And in Spain, you could find PhD programs in various subjects in science, energy, and social science, arts, healthcare sectors. There are various PhD programs available in both universities as well as in research institutes. When you look into there are in different regions of Spain, they have specially focused research institute situated for especially for the science, like in Catalonia region you could find ICIQ, which is focused in chemistry, and ICN2 is focused in nanotechnology, and IRB is the one is the institute focused in biotechnology. So in various regions, they have research centers other than universities. They are very well known, and they are really focused on specific field, specific research lines. Where in universities is a very good place to do the science as well as social science, and especially in University of Barcelona and University of Valencia are the very well-known places. And if you are interested in doing management studies, like Spain offers very well-known sports management degrees in all over Europe. You could find MBA programs based on the sports management, and Spain is all sports management, especially in Spain, is various institutes, various regions. Also, in Spain, you could find you could find you could you could have a mobility program depending upon your funding. If you are accepting severe CHA or medical fellowship, you will have to move to do some external shorts, which is compulsory compulsory based on your funding, or you or other thing is, if you need any international recognition on your PhD degree, you have to do at least a 3-month external research stay to get an international recognition on your PhD degree. Even though if you didn't do the external stay for 3-month external stay, the PhD degree is accepted in all of the Europe as well. So which the networking picking opportunities and allow the PhD students to get more to move around different labs or different research groups to do the to exchange the knowledge and etc. You can move to the next slide. And how to apply for a PhD positions. PhD positions are usually advertised in the university websites, or you could find it in some job advertising websites as well. And where the difference between applying a master's program and a research program or a PhD program is main difference is you need to submit a research proposal. And also it would be good if you could do a good cover letter, if you prepare a good cover letter for your application as well. So first, for applying a PhD program, you need to understand you are entering in a world of research, where you need to find which way I should move. What's my interest? That's the first thing every student has to look into. First, you look into your heart and which field it motivates you better, and you choose that subject. You are choosing not a subject. You are choosing a very specific field or specific. You are addressing very specific problem in your PhD, not a subject. So choose a sub problem and find your interest, and find a lab somewhere in Spain or even somewhere outside, where the lab or a professor who is doing similar research, so he can guide you and approach him. And whenever the university opens application, or whenever he gets funding for his project, or he has a position, then you could apply to the particular position. So you need to communicate with the professor beforehand. It will always enhance your acceptance of your application. And for that, you first of all, as I said, you need to prepare a proper research proposal, where you need to in the research proposal you have to it shouldn't be long. It shouldn't be too short, but it should be at least a page. You need to mention it. You need to explain it, and what you need to find a problem, and your idea how to solve that problem, and what you have also, which also from your experience, from the internships or the project you did in past, how it how that those experience could contribute to the new research, to the new lab you are joining, or new research group in which you are joining. What they will get also, you need to mentioned in the research proposal. And the CV, it's better since you are just completed a master student. It's enough you have a one page CV or resume, and in academic transcript, a decent academic transcript is always good for an application of a PhD. And you should have a master's degree for getting a PhD admission. And some universities or some programs they will ask proof of language proficiency. In case of science, the most of the scientific research is performed in English, so they will they will accept IELTS or TOEFL for that. And the other thing, different between the master's application and the PhD application is they will ask for a letter of recommendation. So you need to get a letter of recommendation from your past supervisors or from your past professors in your colleges or your previous universities. So applications are generally submitted directly to the university through research portals like EduAccess. EduAccess is a well-known advertising platform for getting information about the scholarships or the PhD positions or even postdoc or research positions. And you should always aware of the deadline of of the university. So in case of university applications, some the intake only takes in after summer, or in case of institutes, they will the intakes are so flexible. So you should aware of the dates and deadlines of the application or the job openings. We could move to the next slide. So for the getting a PhD position is one thing, and getting a scholarship for getting an aid, financial aid for the is another thing. So some universities itself provides scholarship. Usually it's normally from 1,000 to 100 euros. It can go up to 2,200 euros depending upon your scholarship. And EU's medical fellowships is the one of the well-known scholarship, and also there are plenty of Spain provides plenty of scholarship, especially like Asia or OGA in case of regional fellowship provided by the Catalonian government. Also, like Asia is a bank, they also provide PhD scholarships. And Severe Ocho is the other scholarship provided by the Spanish government for the scientific studies. And for the similarly for students, master students also gets scholarships. Erasmus Mundus is the joint master's degree program, is one of the program gives scholarship for the master's program. And there are many other scholarships also provides by international and for international and European and national and domestic Spanish for the Spanish students as well. In case of like some of the institutes or the universities specifically provides scholarships, especially in case of business schools or the architecture schools in the Barcelona. IAAC also provides scholarship for their master's programs as well as PhD programs. And IE Business School ESCD business also provides university-specific fundings. So the regional research centers will have their own funding to give a scholarship for your masters as well as your PhD programs PhD programs. In case of Catalonia, there is a BIS community. They provide they runs a master's program in which you will be paid around €1,000 per month as a scholarship. In all, the living cost in Spain is 600 to 1,000. Depending upon the region, it varies. In cities it is a bit higher, where in a region like other than cities, you could manage with 600 to 700 euro if you are a bachelor. Then for a PhD student, for a PhD candidates, these scholarships, the Marie Curie fellowships are well-known fellowships provided by European Union, and you could find full Marie Curie scholarship, as well as there are projects co-funded by the Marie Curie and in the research centers or the research institute. They are well known, and the amount is higher than the scholarship provided by the Spanish government. And for especially those who are in developed countries, AECID scholarships are given by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Spain for the students coming from developing countries. So these scholarships would clearly support clearly support the studies in Spain, whether it is masters or the PhD programs. You can move to next. Spain. Spain is a culturally rich country, and it has a very enjoyable Mediterranean lifestyle. And the living cost in Spain is comparatively less as compared to the northern or the other European countries. And the lifestyle, all over the lifestyle, you could find the festival, different cultures, festivals, cuisines, and the many colorful, joyful celebrations in Spain. And my recommendation is, if you are planning to come to Spain for your study, or for finding a job, you start learning Spanish today itself, because when you are here in Spain, you will be able to communicate very easily. You will keep learning Spanish with your surrounding. If you didn't study Spanish beforehand, you will find your own comfortable zone, where you will not be able to speak with your with Spanish. You find people speaking English, and you stay over there. But if you want to experience the Spanish lifestyle, or the cultural, if you want to taste the cultural richness of Spain, it always better learn Spanish beforehand. Then, if you want to stay in Spain, settle in Spain, it always encourage your CV, or getting a chance of a job if you speak Spanish. Then you can and you can move to the next. International students in Spain are permitted to work for if you didn't find a scholarship, full-time job, or a scholarship, the international students is permitted to work part-time up to 20 hours during their studies. And after your study, whether it is a master's program or a PhD program, you are allowed to stay in Spain for 1 year as a as a research as a job search of as a job seeker visa through a job seeker visa, which can then, after doing a 4 year PhD and a 1 year research seeker visa, which can count up to 5 years, and then you can apply easily for a permanent residency in Spain. And Spain offers various Spain has a various job sectors opening, especially in the hospitality field and IT sectors as well. And many universities also help students to find careers. Has a career help desk, especially if you are in the institutes. They will support you in many ways to find internships or jobs for in your in your studies. Move to next slide. Spain has after your study, you could when you look into the job market, Spain has a huge job market available, especially in case in the field of tourism and hospitality, and in these years, the job market is in the sector of IT, the availability of jobs are higher as compared to the rest of the sector, even though it provides various jobs in the research field as well as other fields as well. And in universities of Spain, in University of Spain have a robust industry. Especially the research institutes and the industries in Spain, they have a lot of collaborative projects with the industries. So they time to time they conduct job fairs and internships with them. So it will enhance your employability within Spain. As I said, the learning Spanish and proficiency in Spanish always a significant advantage for international graduates seeking long-term career opportunities in the Spain. You can move to the next slide. Julio.
Yeah, thank you very much. So here are like some general tips for your application. Begin researching programs and scholarships early to ensure you meet deadlines. Familiarize yourself with Spanish visa requirements and allow ample time for processing. I have personal experience with that. I faced like a lot of struggles with the visa application, so I cannot remark yeah, you need to ensure to have all the requirements and like apply for like get the visa application as early as possible. Yeah. Engage in networking through university events and industry conferences to build connections. Consider taking Spanish language classes to ease cultural integration and enhance job prospects. I will remark this a lot because a lot of like English is not like in your field in the university, they will completely speak English. That will be fine. But like outside, like people don't normally speak very good English, or like they normally, yeah. So especially when you're applying for a job, they would look for, yeah, of course English is a plus, but Spanish most of the times is a must. So that is a remark there. And strength your resume by participating in internships and projects during your bachelor's and master's programs. Yeah, and just as general tips, networking, yeah, it's very helpful. Yeah. Do you have any, is there another slide? So, okay, yeah, questions. Do you have any questions?
Great, I will stop sharing. But thank you so much, Saeed and Julio, for giving such a comprehensive presentation. So yeah, if we now move to the Q&A part of the presentation. If you have any questions, you can either raise your hand and ask your questions directly, or you can put your questions in chat or send it as a DM to either me or any one of the speakers, and we're happy to read it out. There's one question that's come in my DM. What are your thoughts on the Zaragoza Logistics Center's master's programs, and how does postmaster's job opportunity present in Spain for business graduates? I know that both of you might not be able to speak very specifically about this, but feel free to give like a general overview or whatever your thoughts are.
Yeah, I think I can give, like, I have many friends that studied, like I didn't study a master here in Spain personally, but I have like many friends that studied here. And as we presented, like there are job opportunities, there are really good job opportunities here in Spain, but it's also a getaway to like the European market, the European job market, and the Latin American market. So yeah, there are like big international offices here, especially like banks. Yeah, like many important banks are here. So there might be really good opportunities in that area. I don't know if Said has anything else to say.
Since they both are in not from a management business area field, but yeah, I would say the question was especially about specifically about one
Yeah, the one, I can just
logistics,
question.
right? Logistics.
Yeah, the Zaragoza Logistics Center.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there are many due to the online marketing or online jobs. There are many offices are there, especially for in case of Amazon, in the cities like in Madrid and Barcelona. They have offices in Amazon and the other online shopping sites or courier services. So you have they need people in this field, but they are more. It's they, they I know people are working in Amazon and other logistics sectors, but rather than business, like they are more accepting those having an IT background plus a business degree. That's my advice on that.
Sorry, I can add something else. I just remember that I had forgotten, but I just remembered that specifically Zaragoza, it's quite huge for logistics because it's in the middle part between Barcelona and Madrid. So basically, like everything that moves through that enters in the like Catalonia port or Barcelona port and that moves towards Madrid has like must pass to Zaragoza, like through Zaragoza. So Zaragoza, it's quite like if you want to study logistics in Spain, that is the best place. I know that, yeah, like everything goes that way. So yeah, I would really, I don't know, I'm not familiar with this specific center, but I know that Zaragoza is the best place to study logistics in Spain.
Another question that's come in my DM is, these are two questions about the same person. One is that, is it mandatory to have some proficiency in Spanish before applying for master's and PhD programs? And then the second question is, if it's not mandatory, does it make your application stand out if you have some proficiency in Spanish?
Do you want to?
If it depends upon which course you're applying. So whether it is a PhD or if you're applying some course taught in Spanish, you should have Spanish proficiency. But there are plenty of courses in Spain taught in fully in English, especially most of the PhD degrees. So you don't need Spanish proficiency at all. Also, which doesn't make any difference if you know the Spanish or not. Yes, but if you are applying for a PhD program for the masters, if there is any credit courses having a taught in Spanish, they will ask for a Spanish proficiency for that. But other than that, I don't think it will add uh, any plus for getting into that course. But getting into job is a different subject. For getting a job, always better if you it will add a plus if you have a Spanish proficiency, whether if it is a beginner or medium level.
Yeah,
Julio, you could
yeah, I completely agree. I cannot add anything else. Yeah, it's completely like that.
Another question in my DM is, what are the legal limitations to part-time work for international students? I guess they're asking, like, if are you able to do part-time work as a student?
So if it is a master course, if you are getting a scholarship, it if it is scholarship, you could go for a part-time work. But if it is it's a salary, you are not allowed to work. So there's a catch over there. So for a PhD students, most of the universities and institutes are you'll be registered as a full-time worker. In that case, you are not allowed to work. But if you join a master's program and you don't you have scholarship or you have scholarship which is low in amount, and you need to find a job to support yourself, and you could go up to 20 hours per week for any jobs as a part-time.
Said, I have a question on that. Do you know if people need to get like sort of sponsored to get like let's say that you're a master student doing like having a scholarship or like even paying by yourself, no, with your own money. Can you like do you need like someone to sponsor your like social security number, let's say, to get a job? No, right?
No, I mean,
Yeah.
if it is, you don't need a sponsorship for doing a part-time job.
Yeah.
But if you need a sponsorship if you want to apply for a full-time job.
Yeah.
So for a
Okay.
part-time job, it is not necessary to have
Yeah.
sponsorship.
Just for clarification. Yeah.
Thank you. You're very important question. Another question that's in my DM is, how can students identify and approach professors or research groups for PhDs in Spain?
Direct answer in a simple word is through mail, and it's if you are able to contact him or find him or meet him through a conference or some in some workshops, it's always better because you will able to get a chance to speak with him or her directly, which always enhance your application and acceptance. So you can communicate him with very well. But usually you before applying, if you find a job opening or PhD opening in a EduAccess website, and you like the description of that job, and then it's always better you contact him, asking him about the project and elaborate about the specificity of the work, and show your interest on that specific project problem. Then you after that you say him, yeah, I'm going to apply and consider my application, or then you apply to the proper website. That's how it always works, I think.
Yeah, here I think it's also important to remark that, for example, in my case, that I got a Marie Curie scholarship, like I previously contacted my supervisor here in Spain, like kind of like told him the idea that I had, blah 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 blah, but like he couldn't like mentor me, because it was like he was going to be like part of the selection committee, so like not to have any interference. So like he just gave me like some general information, some general tips, blah blah blah. And sometimes that can happen, but what I suggest you in that case is to contact other people around that person, so other PhD students that are already working with this professor. Like the first option would be always to try to contact the person directly by email, by conferences, throughout every means. But if you like, yeah, like you cannot contact him, or like that person is not willing to talk, blah blah blah, I would always suggest to contact the other PhD students, other colleagues, or other professors, etc. But I do advise you to get as much information as possible. For example, in some cases, for instance, in the Marie Curie, they already have like when when they are proposing a job for you, they already have like some outlines. So my suggestion, or like some goals or some ideas. So my suggestion would be like try to understand what they want from you. Like try to understand why are they suggesting this outline, maybe this approach, or like blah blah blah, like yeah, and try to do some research from the researchers. Yeah.
Thank you, Julio and Saeed. Those are all of the questions in my DM. If anyone has any questions to ask, then please again raise your hand and ask your question, or you can send it as a message on chat or as a DM. If you don't have any more questions, then we will close the session in a few more minutes. So yeah, just as we wrap up, please ask your final questions. And I will send some resources in chat. Yeah, in the meantime, I have sent a link to our website, which is the Project EduAccess website, where we have uploaded guides on making application documents. These are free access, free to use. And if you are getting started on writing your applications for universities and scholarships, or writing a CV, SOP, all of those things, it might be good to have a look at those documents. Second is that the recording of this session will be available on our YouTube channel. We've also conducted various sessions on university and scholarship applications that you can watch recordings of, and I've put a link to our YouTube channel in chat as well. So do make use of those resources in writing your applications. And I see that we don't have any more questions, so I will end the session now. Really, thank you so much, Julio and Saeed, for joining us today and for taking the time out to speak to our audience, and also for taking so many questions that came in chat. I'm sure they found it really helpful. Thank you, everyone who joined us today and engaged with our panelists. All the best with your applications. And thank you, everyone. I hope you have a nice rest of your weekend.
So thank you, everyone. Bye. Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.